talk since September last year. Yeah, and I live in Laguna, Santa Catarina. I live with my mom, actually. And in my free times, I like play sports. And I don't have dogs right now, but I like dogs. I love. And yeah, I'm here for improving my English and know new cultures, making friends. Yeah.
Okay, great. So I shared with you the questions on the chat. And I'm Bruda. I'm 31 years old, and I'm from São Paulo, Brazil. And I'm living in the Netherlands right now. I moved 2 or 3 days ago, and I'm working in a pricing area. And I'm here on TALKNTALK since March last year. And as a host, 1 month actually. So let me see if more people trying to come in. Not yet. So guys, if you heard something around me, so sorry because I'm in another room right now. So the first question that I bring for us, it was the social inequalities and how does it affect different groups of people? What's your point, Murilo, about this?
What social inequality? Okay. Social inequality happen when I difference in a society. Yeah? When I the rich and the poor, for example, and people has access some services and depends the conditions, depends the so many situations. Yeah, and it's affect a lot because people sometimes don't have access for health security and education, mainly education. Yeah, and these people depends a lot on it, and people's growth when bad education it causes so many problems in yourselves. Yeah, and by another side, people that receive or providing a good education and receive so many benefits, yeah, in your lives, and create another thinking, another thoughts, and avoid so many diseases, yeah, so many decisions about in your brain, your mind, yeah, mainly, yeah, in the education and saving more. I don't know how to explain it, but people creating a power on a brain stronger, yeah, and then another people that don't access education, yeah, yeah, but for me, in my opinion, that's it.
Great. Yeah, I would say the same because we can see different kinds of professionals and people like class A, B, C, D, and so on. And we can realize that people that don't have a good education, it's more effective for social inequality for sure. Unfortunately, mainly in Brazil, we can see it a lot. It's totally sad because when you compare here on Europe, for example, we can see that there are many people with much money, but it's not so discrepant, because don't have to compare the salaries. It's different from Brazil. Like poor people here could see and could live a good life, so there are access from people for things that they like, and like cars and rents and buy a house. It's almost easy, I would say. So, and Belle, what's your point of view?
So, guys, in my opinion, social inequality is something like when you have a different opportunity, yeah, like education or access to health, accessibility, something like that, yeah. So, yeah, I think it's the most important in the factory in the social inequality. It's education, yeah, or the education can be a secret to change that, but it's hard because sometimes there are some persons that are more opportunity and compare the other persons. So, and can you read it, guys? Because my
No, it's freezing. Hello.
Bell frozen.
Yeah, probably. Let's see. She stay here. Probably try to enter again. So let's skip for the next one, Murilo. What are the root causes of social inequality and how can we address them? What do you think about it?
In many cases, it's about the government, politics, yeah, and how politics provide resources for community. Yeah, because sometimes governments only thinking in themselves, yeah, not in the society. I think it's important. Culture depends the culture was created in a good, I don't know how I explain, a good profound, I don't know, okay, but so que como how resolve it, how we resolve, yeah, it's about it, it's the question, and resolve
Yeah,
distribute resources, the same resources for everyone. Yeah, everyone receives good services, for example, so like health, education, and it's important to measure it every month. Yeah, for verify if it's being right. Yeah, and if people was if people improving, yeah, it's important to receive resources and distribute resources. It's the similar for everyone, yeah, and it measures, yeah, it's important. That's it.
no, great. Yeah, I couldn't agree more with you because I guess the government could improve, like we have in Brazil many corruptions. I don't know if this word is correct, but yeah, I think it's take more money from the population, you know. If these guys could invest in Brazil with, as they stolen this money, probably the thing was better because we see a good economy, but it's not for everyone good, having a good salary, good education, good health insurance, and yeah, health in general. And I think it was a culture thing because we saw it on Portugal, for example, and you have many influence of Portugal since the beginning, you know. So it's complicated, and I think the government would you think more about poor families and help them to improve their salaries or benefits or in education. And when you compare a public education or public schools with private schools, we can see the difference between one of them. So it's totally sad, because if you don't have a good education, if you don't have money to pay for your education. So it's so sad. And here we paid a lot of taxes, but you can return it when you have a kid and you don't need to pay a lot, or if you pay a lot, you can see the return for the population. It's totally different.
Don't have prosperity. Yeah.
Yeah, it's sad because Brazilian people work a lot, we try to study and work at the same time, but we need to working like two jobs that I have family working two jobs, for example, for pay everything, because just with one job is impossible to live.
The government doesn't provide this resource enough for society, having basic services.
Yeah, exactly. I totally agree with you, and that's the
And
point that I quit and decided to change my life.
but it's a big problem, because I think it's have started in kids, in children,
Yeah.
since as you're born.
Yeah. Do
It's
you think the education since the beginning change, probably the things will be changing in the future? Yeah. So sad. But let's see the third question. What are some of the consequences of social inequality, such as poverty, unemployment, and limited access to education? As we have said before.
There are so many consequences here. The cause a dangerous country and dangerous place for tourism, for lives, for you sense freedom, and others, this kind of stuff. Because if people doesn't have employment, people doesn't have money for buy basic foods, or even basic utilities in your house. I don't know how to explain, but it cause a lot of problems, for everyone. They predicate each other, not only rich, but rich educated too, because these people doesn't have access, doesn't have education, and these people stole it, and the cause I don't know, the downside, I don't know how to cause in your society.
Yeah, I understand your point, and I totally agree, because we can see after the pandemic, many people lose their jobs and try to find a way to live, like to have access for the basics, like a food, like house, and the violence increases a lot. And we can see many people living on the streets or under the bridge and stolen every single day, just to eat, for example, because there are this kind of people that don't have a good education, for example. There are many kids to take care of. So yeah, I totally agree with you, and I don't know how to solve this problem, because there are a lot of people living in situation. So do you have an idea, if you could change something, what do you do to solve it? What could you do to solve if you could?
People doesn't have the access for education, then these people has hard working in your life for change yourself, having your lives, family lives, your family lives, and the turning will generate, providing a life better for your family. It's very hard, but if people studying hard, hard working, you can transform in another, and as another sense for your life.
Yeah, I agree. Like as you are on the technology department, right?
Yeah.
So probably you can find many videos from Indian guys, and I think they invest in a lot on education and the population mainly for IT. Do you see the same with them?
Yeah, I saw
Mhm.
this situation. I think India is increasing, growing a lot, mainly the
Mhm.
few years ago. But
Mhm.
there isn't a big difference yet in your society, but I think it's changing. Because,
Yeah, because they invest in many effort to teach since young people to learn more about technology. So if it happens in Brazil, for example, probably in the future you could see more people working with technology or other things, because these people, we don't have access in a public school, for example.
yeah.
It's complicated. Yeah.
Por exemplo, federal, federal
Public
university, federal
public
institute,
university. Mhm.
public.
Yeah. Yeah, I think even some public schools, I don't know, I'm not sure because I've never been, but I don't know if they investing a lot in this technology or just in focus on like business or administration or something like this. But I think we could improve and for schools, um, public public schools and private um, university as well. Okay, good. So let me see the next one. How does social inequality intersect with other forms of oppression, such as racism, sexism, and homophobia? It's a sensible topic. What do you think about it?
It's about having emotional intelligence. It's important did it in or made it in and people was kid, because people receiving good information, good knowledge, I think it's changed a lot your behaviors. Important knows difference between society, between people, and help each others. And how to me intersect. How does social
It's
intersect?
like involving social inequality with racism, because we can see like racism is very including in a poor area, and sexism because people don't have money, so like you people start to do working like prostitutes or something like this,
Okay. Yeah.
so it came together, let's
Another
say.
people doesn't respect, another people
Yeah.
cause, I don't know, Okay, this is a moment. Breakdown, I think that, yeah.
Yeah,
Breakdown
could be.
in the in society and oppression, and sometimes war, civil war,
Yeah, exactly.
and predicate everyone, not only the poor, yeah, the
Mm-hmm.
society poor, teach poor too. It's important
Mm-hmm.
we provide this information for everyone, and everyone helps each others the
Mm-hmm.
most time, yeah, because you need each others, yeah, always. Or someday you need it, yeah, that's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with you. And I think if some people are like gay or LGBT and so on, if these people have money, I think they are living in a good way if we compare with like LGBT blah 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 for people, because these kind of people don't have access to try to defend themselves. And we can see many people kill these these guys and don't respect their situation or option. I don't know. And even for sexism, I don't know. I cannot imagine like some girl starting to do a sexism if this girl have money. So if I think the most of girls starting to do it because need money, don't have access for food and house, and sometimes these girls have kids to take it off and start to do sexism because just just for survive, so it's needed. The these girls or whatever don't have choice and need to do and to survive.
Survive in a bad condition.
Yeah, exactly. So it's very complicated.
Not mean alive you survive, yeah. It's me only just here, but I think it's a
Mm-hmm.
good idea. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
was
exactly.
good.
Yeah, when you see kids like Bruna Surfichinha, for example, and I heard something about it, so she didn't didn't want, I don't know, start on this situation and didn't have choice on the past. So it's hard to imagine something like this. Jesus. Mm.
Uh,
And
it's everything. It's all about culture. Yeah.
yeah, I agree.
It has changes and big changes, but
Mm-hmm.
only happens when you pass 12 years. Yeah.
Yeah,
Very
exactly.
hard.
Because if people don't have job, probably the government could pay a good benefit, so ensure these people get another job. But yeah, don't have job, don't have benefits from the government, and people will trying to find a way to survive. It's hard.
When people use it to in a easy life, if people doesn't want to change your lives.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
hard. Yeah.
that's true. That's
You
true.
need to study, you need to study hard, reading books,
Mhm.
learning different things, but the people don't cannot, or
Yeah.
not cannot, but doesn't want, yeah,
Hmm.
yourself.
Yeah, you're totally right. I'm
It's
here to think like about Irish people because I was living in Ireland, and there are many guys like 70 years old, 18, and these guys could work, but they doesn't work because they received, you know, the benefits from the government, and there are many
Yeah.
jobs open, and some people comes from Brazil, Argentina, and Mexico, and so on, then get these jobs.
Government provides a little benefits, but it's enough for
Yeah, and they pay rent from them, clothes, everything, so these guys, maybe we start working like with 25 years old. So in Brazil, we start mailing with 18 and 19. You can see the difference,
yeah.
It's crazy. So let me see here. I think you already mentioned about number 5. How does social inequality affect access to healthcare and other basic needs? What's our point of view? I think we already mentioned something.
It's interesting question because our country provides healthcare. Then it's more easy than another country. For example, USA doesn't provide. You need is paid for the service.
Yeah.
And but our country provide it, but it's very very bad. Yeah, no, it depends the place. Yeah, because depends the quantity of people. Yeah, because governments sometimes don't provide enough money for cities, yeah, for states, and provides a good service for society, yeah, and society paid for it. Society prejudicate, sense prejudicate a lot, and not the basic needs, okay, and the education as well, yeah. The education, I think nowadays have parts, yeah, proportion for every person. For example, if you have a salary until 2,000 reais, you have more access and for quantity vagas, yeah, and depend social class, society class, social.
Yeah, yeah. I would say the same because we can see here, for example, in Europe, we need to pay even if you go in a GPs like Clínico Geral, and you need to pay like 50 euros. And sometimes the insurance can return for you 50% of this amount. But if you compare with United States, like you mentioned, there it's lots. Like I have a friend, she got a baby there and need to pay like $15,000 for get one kid. Even the insurance paying a little bit for return, like replacement, but it's still a lot. You have a good way, a good life, and you pay less with the cell phones and electronic things. But when you need to use the healthcare, you need to pay a lot, and you need to always save money because you don't know what's happening in the future. And I would say that in Brazil, it's a good point because you have schools and public hospitals. So we missing it a lot here in Europe, I would say. And we don't have everything good. Like we have a good life balance and we can buy everything like cheaper. But when we are talking about healthcare here, it's worse. In Brazil, it's better, So we have a good point in Brazil for sure. And I think it's the healthcare. It's a good point, but if people don't have money, could access healthcare as well. So it's good. An important thing. Great. And the basic needs, I would say they could improve because we can see on the supermarkets like rice, beans, and eggs, small things and basic things. It's increasing a lot after the pandemic and the war from Russia and Ukraine. And here, for the inflation, I don't know the name, inflação. We can see the supermarkets increases as well. But I don't know in Brazil, I think the things like, I don't know the name in English, but triplicou the prices. It's crazy. You could see the big increasing on the supermarkets as well, or you don't impact yourself too much on it.
Yeah, me too.
Mhm.
A lot.
For everyone.
I sense it deeply. I feel,
Yeah.
yeah.
And another good thing that I can see in Brazil, and if I compare from companies here, usually we received like VA, something like this, and here usually the company doesn't pay for it.
Yeah, I try to find a huge discount. Yeah. In
Yeah.
every grocery, every market. Yeah, I try to
Mhm.
find it
Yeah.
and save money more. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good point. I always try to convince my mom and my father save money because we don't know how to do and what will happen tomorrow. And I agree. So going to the number 6, what are some policies that can help reduce social inequality? What's it in your opinion?
Okay. And it's a hard question because if the government provides money, people can't and change your lives. Yeah, I think another transform education. Why it's the main point. Yeah, and let me see another. Give me another example. And yeah, respect to others, but the governments has and provide created more universities. Yeah, building more universities in the our country. It's a good solution, and if it has more university, people has more access for education and transforming your mind, your brain, yeah, and generating a good society. I think everything started in education. Yeah, it's the main point.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't have
I
idea
totally
about
agree.
another thing.
Yeah, I agree with you because always when I was talking with my friends and family, I say the same. If the education changed, everything's changed, because uh, for me and for you, I think that these things start in school, at school, like since, I don't know, 5, 7 years old. We need to understand, we need to to know how the things works in an economy way, and I don't know, maybe there are access like financial things in at school, at home, because I didn't have education. My parents didn't know how to deal with money, for example, and I learned it after starting degree in accountancy and finance. So it could start in the beginning of your lives. for sure. Did you have a good education at home, how to deal with money or not?
Yeah, in my case, I have a basic education,
Mhm.
a free
With
education.
your parents?
Yeah, from provides from, I think, municipal, yeah. O
Oh, nice.
state provides. I never studied in particular schools,
Yeah,
never paid for my education. Having
good.
university graduated, I studied in a federal
Great,
institute.
great.
I made my education graduating in this local. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
thinking.
Great.
But
Yeah.
there are there is a good education in this I don't know, in this institute or this like
Universities.
public schools, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, but
but
it's
importantly, parents providing a good education for sons, yeah, since he
mm-hmm.
was a younger.
Yeah, because if you see public universities, it's good, but if you see public schools like elementary schools, not so good, and the people usually have access in a public university if people uh, study in a private school as well. So for me, no makes sense, because if you have money to pay a private school, why some people study in a public school, in a public university? So some people complain a lot about it, but I think poor people could study in a public school in a big number, need to increase the vacancies, I would say. It's totally crazy. Yeah. So let's see the next one. Number 7, sorry. What are the challenges and benefits of promoting diversity and inclusivity in different sectors of society? What do you think about it?
Challenge because governments or who provides it it's important. I think it's hard because these people has another behaviors, the bad behaviors. And when you begin it, uh, sometimes you have lidar with different behaviors. Yeah, I think it's a big challenge. But benefits, I think it provides a good society, provides good people for society. Yeah, provide transform people. Yeah, transform everything. Yeah, since education, having having behaviors in general. Yeah, society in general, it's I think it's changes a lot. Yeah, and society, yeah. I'm lost about it.
No worries, no worries. So yeah, let me think. I think the challenge, I don't know. I would say actually like some companies need to hire some people like Black people and LGBT people. And I think it's good, but for some companies it's a challenge, but it needs to change. I don't know if you know what I mean. Like some companies hire because they need like um, have there are some rules or laws, I'd say, and they is they is obligated to hire this kind of people, and could be a challenge for them. But I didn't say challenge. Like these people need these benefits because these people need a job, need to eat, need to live. And it's I don't want to say it's like a benefit because they need to have the same rights like you and me, like a white people. Do you understand me? Because it's hard to say it in English, but they need to create like new policies and increase the number of these people in a poor situation, and need to increase a lot on the company on starting working in a public environment, or having a good education at public schools or public universities and something like this. And, talking about education, I think it's a benefit, but talking about job, I don't think so. It's complicated to talk about this topic, but yeah, you have
Change
something to
culture and behavior, it's very hard. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So we have something in mind, but I don't know, na prática, it's totally different,
Yeah. Because changing mind, has provided knowledge, with good information. For it happens, it's necessary to create universities, how I said before, create colleges, around us.
Yeah, exactly. So you mentioned like change minds, and I remember the words change the mindset. For it need to increase and improve a lot, and for everybody, I would say, and company and so on.
I try to help the people, with my knowledge myself, But
what do you usually do?
sometimes I achieve, sometimes I don't. But I try.
What? But
I
just
try
talking with your friends, or
to do my
do you
part.
help?
Yeah, my friends. Sometimes another friends that my friends.
Yeah, I already helped friends of friends, and like in every first Sunday we make some marmitas and delivering foods in I don't know if you know what is it, but it's in São Paulo, Vale do Anhangabaú. There were many people living in a poor situation over there, and every first Sunday of month we deliver food for this kind of people. And sometimes I try to help with money because I'm not there anymore. But yeah, I think we can increase and teach other people to do the same step by step. We maybe achieve their goals. Good. So let's see here. Question number 8. How does social inequality impact crime, hates, and the criminal justice system? Another side point. What do you think about it?
Increase and growth, the crime hates, and sometimes criminal justice system stay big, or receive a lot of process for these people working a lot, but it's not a good idea, it's not a good working, and it's affecting, it's increasing because people doesn't have enough education, and sometimes people find that you do it correctly, but it's not correctly. Yeah, because people, how we said before, doesn't have enough education in your childhood, yeah, and sometimes these people doesn't have, I don't know, I said it doesn't have a culpa for it because don't have education for change your behaviors yourselves, and it's being government, and the government sometimes has wasting more money with the police and militaries and the presidios. I don't know how I explain it, but it's not. It's never a good idea, but it's necessary because education is bad and it causes a lot of problem in the society and need is wasting money in bad things, yeah, like presidios, militaries, armies, yeah, this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, because like we already mentioned before about the education, if we don't change education, so we can change the number of crimes or violence, I would say. And yeah, it's very, very complicated. And and when you see the guys in a private life, like presos, they didn't learn about jobs and how they can change their lives. Sometimes guys um, get freedom, and after a month or a week, these guys will stolen or kill someone again. So these guys need to be teaching and to live in a real life and a normal way, I'd say. And I cannot see something like this in Brazil, and our laws. It's very I don't know how to say it in English, but it's not just. I'd say just justiça. I don't know. And if we compare with other countries, like if people kill one guy on the street, probably these guys need to be in prison like for 30 years. And in Brazil, sometimes these people just stay in prison like 5, 10 years, and nothing changed in their lives. So these guys probably will do it again and again and stolen and so on. So yeah, I think we need to change the laws and education for sure. And yeah, if you don't change it, it's never change the culture of Brazil like a violence country, because it's very beautiful. There are many good things, many good people, and some people are afraid to visit because there are many violence inside. You know, it's hard. Like I was talking with a friend on my job about Brazil, like we can't stay in a train, for example, working in a quiet way. So it's never can happen in Brazil. So like here, people stay 1 hour in a train and working and talking on a cell phone and something like this. So it's impossible in São Paulo, I would say, and maybe in Rio, I don't know, in your city, but in general, it's not possible.
Yeah, if not change education, not
Yeah.
change everything. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and sometimes governments wasting money that's not
Mm-hmm.
necessary service
Yeah.
for cover the bad situation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They take care of their private stuff and their family stuff, and nothing changed for who needs it. I agree with you. And I will skip for question number 10 to finalize the immersion. So how can individuals and communities work together to promote social equality and justice? What's our point?
Okay. I just say belief it. What's mean belief?
Belief is like, I'd say, crenças
Okay, how to
in
define
Portuguese.
structures and belief with social inequality. Yeah, when you people receive, yeah, in a good education, for example, when I said turning a society better, yeah,
Mhm.
and the people's helps each others, and people's provides knowledge for each other, teach each other, learn each others, and turn society more peace, yeah,
Mhm.
with more peace and more prosperity, yeah, mainly, and contribute for prosperity for your country, yeah, and bring more money for this money, put in a good service and a good infrastructure, yeah, and creating a good universities and good equipments, yeah, good technologies, and everyone was happy, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, great, great. Yeah, I agree. I think we can change many ideas, even live in the same country. For sure, in Brazil, there are difference of beliefs, like crenças and behaviors, so we can try to change for the good point and not for the bad, so we can learn with each people that we met, like family, friends, colleagues, and whatever. So always we can try to learn more about how to help people with donation, like clothes or money or food, or just talking, like you said. You read a lot and you can teach someone besides of you, so it's important as well. So great, our time is over. I shared the link, Murilo, with you,
Okay,
with the survey. We can suggest some topics for the next immersions. And thank you so much for being here with me. I really enjoyed and hope to see you again in the future.
thanks
Have
you.
a good day. See you. Bye
Bye.
bye. Take care.